Washington, D.C. may not be a host city for the 2026 World Cup, but a key part of the lead up to the tournament will be taking place here on Friday.
Yeah, this is huge. The Kennedy Center will be hosting the official World Cup draw to determine the schedule and big matchups for the tournament. News 4's Mauricio Casillas spoke to a soccer expert about what we can expect in the draw Friday and the key storylines for the World Cup.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup draw will determine the 12 four-team groups for the tournament taking place in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. Joining us now to discuss the draw and the tournament as a whole is soccer journalist Luis Miguel Echegaray, who's worked for Sports Illustrated, CBS Sports, and ESPN, and is currently a contributor for Yahoo Sports and The Guardian. And Luis Miguel's debut book, Messi Mania, is out now. It details the story of Lionel Messi's rise and arrival to the United States. So, needless to say, the man knows what he's talking about. Luis Miguel, thank you so much for joining us.
Mauricio, I think you need to be my agent now. That was a great intro.
That's good, right? All right, so let's get started with the World Cup draw. Can you give us a quick rundown of what will be taking place and how this process will work?
Mauricio, I will try and make this as succinct as possible because it is a tough one. 42 teams have already been confirmed. 6 teams are waiting for the playoffs in March. But needless to say, it will be a long process. So we're talking about a sort of Mega Millions jackpot style type of draw. You're going to have 4 pots. Pot 1 has the strongest teams according to FIFA rankings alongside the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And that's how you will make 12 groups of 4. And note, in the first time in history of the World Cup, the 4 best teams, according to FIFA, which is Spain, Argentina, England, and of course, France, they will be on opposing sides of the bracket if they win their respective groups.
Let me ask you, what are some of the most intriguing storylines for you? We know it's Messi and Ronaldo's last World Cup. I'm sure that's a talking point. What about, what else comes to mind with the World Cup?
Well, you started with a great highlight there, and of course, this is the biggest headline. This is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo's and Lionel Messi's final men's World Cup. It's the end of an era, but it also means, I think, Mauricio, about the start of a new one. Because it's such an expanded World Cup, now we're seeing some of the biggest stars in the game coming to North America. Erling Haaland and Norway coming back to the World Cup for the first time since 1998. Mohamed Salah and Egypt, of course. Kylian Mbappe and France, as always. Lamine Yamal. So this is the start of a new generation.
All right, I got to ask you, putting you on the spot, who do you have lifting the World Cup trophy?
This is tough. It's tough because, anything can really happen when it comes to 48 teams. You never know, especially because of, an expanded tournament. To me, Spain and Argentina are the 2 leading horses. And then you have people like England, who I think have the most talented, deepest roster in the tournament, but they haven't won a competition since 1966. Yeah. I mean, it's a long time coming. And then I'll just give you my surprise package, Mauricio, here. There's 2 teams to look out for. Morocco became the first Arab and African nation to reach the semifinals in the World Cup in 2022. And they right now are rocking. They've won 18 straight games. That's a record in international football. And the other one, Japan. Japan are an absolute massive project. And there's no reason to believe why they can't go far. They beat Germany and Spain in their group stages in Qatar. There's no reason to think why a non-European, non-South America could maybe make some history and reach the final. It's going to be a great one to watch.
We cannot wait. Luis Miguel Echegaray, soccer journalist and author of Messi Mania, thank you so much for your time and for joining us.
Oh, who doesn't like a good surprise? Morocco and Japan, though.
Oh, and you want to root for them because they're the underdogs, and watching them in 2022 was so amazing.
Yeah.
I love World Cup soccer.
I know you do, and your kids love it.
My
they
kids,
know all the players.
They like the professional players, so they root for their countries, too. So,
right.
All right, very
That's
exciting
fun.
stuff.
Well, you can watch the World Cup draw on our sister station, Telemundo 44, on Friday, and stick with News 4 for live coverage all day long.
When we come back tonight, controlling cannabis, how the Virginia